Good morning, Paul. It's 7 o'clock. Time to start your day. Good morning, Paul. It's 7 o'clock. Time to start your day.
I heard you.
Hey man, got something new. Only 50 credits.
Is that legal?
Not yet, but eventually everything's legal.
I'll wait till then.
Hey man, get back here. I'm just trying to make a living. What, are you too good to do business with a guy like me?
Yes!
Just wait, man. You'll get yours someday. You'll be down here in the street with the rest of us. Don't get too used to that soft life, man. Doesn't last forever.
Not yet. What happened to him?
I don't know. He just collapsed.
No. No! It can't be! Help me! Please!
Well, he was pretty old. Everyone's got to go sometime.
Not much longer.
I was surprised they got an increase in the budget. It wasn't as much as we'd asked for, but...
They got an increase? I thought it was supposed to be cut by 3%.
Well, it was. Apparently they found the money somewhere.
Excuse me, sir. He's here.
Who's here? Oh, yes. Mr. Tazer. Nice to see you this morning.
Good morning, sir.
Let's get started then. Mr. Tazer, you came to us 2 years ago promising tremendous results from your team's research. In fact, as I recall, you said that your work would forever change humankind. I, for one, was skeptical, but others, with more dollars than cents, thought the potential payoff was worth the risk. Now here we are 2 years and 26 million credits later, and we're still waiting for these world-altering results you promised. As you know, the government has been reallocating the taxpayers' credits in order to be accountable to the common people. I'm afraid that unless you can produce some actual results from your research, we'll have to recommend that the taxpayers' credits are more responsibly allocated. So, Mr. Tazer, would you care to give us an update on your research?
Mr. Director, the EC project was launched with the goal of eliminating the scourge of death that has plagued mankind for eons. After a life of pain, suffering, anguish, emotional distress, low self-esteem, humility, and unfulfillment, it would all culminate in death. The uploading of our essence to the unit to be stored away forever. Non-existent existence. What an incredible waste of good data. But I'm here today to report that our research has uncovered the location of this data storage area on the unit. We found it, sir. We know where they are.
You found it?
Yes, sir.
So, you found them. I mean, you found everyone?
Yes, sir, we have.
Incredible. We've found them.
There's more, sir.
More?
Yes, sir. There seems to be activity.
Activity?
Yes, the data seems to be active. It's processing. We haven't identified the nature of the activity yet, but something is definitely going on.
Could it be? Could the eternal consciousness already be there?
Well, we're not sure yet. It is the goal of the project to create, or enable, an eternal consciousness that everyone can be uploaded to, and then, eventually, downloaded into a physical form. We may be closer to our eternal existence than we thought.
This is remarkable. How much longer do you think it will take to make this happen?
We first need to identify the nature of the activity that we've uncovered. Then we'll know how to best interact with the data. But as you can see, we're making rapid progress. That is why it's vital that our funding not be interrupted. We're getting very close to something beyond the imagination of most people. For millions of years, people have dreamt of living forever, and we are now on the cusp of realizing that dream.
Well, Mr. Tazzer, I'm sure with the board's recommendation, you'll receive our funding. Just don't get complacent. You need to keep moving forward. Our place in history is riding on your success. Don't let us down.
No, sir, I won't. My team has worked tirelessly on this research. It's about to pay off. Big time.
See that it does. I needn't remind you that failure after such a promising beginning will destroy any chance your group would have for research funding in the future. You don't have to make your living sweeping streets or selling drugs.
Not to worry, sir. We'll have an exciting eternity to look forward to.
That will be all for today, Mr. Tazzer. Oh, Mr. Tazzer, make an educational protocol on your progress. We'll want to get this updated to the UNet over the weekend so the agencies, the media, and the schools can watch it by Monday. We must keep the people informed, and the excitement will help get the funding through.
Oh, yes, sir. We'll have it uploaded before Monday. That pompous, ignorant bureaucrat! He wouldn't recognize an amazing discovery if it fell on his head. 2 years! Wasted!
Oh no.
You didn't get the funding? I thought you said this was a no-brainer.
Well, excuse me! When I said that, I didn't realize the director actually had no brain!
Well, that's it. I'm back to making protocols for a bunch of smelly, runny-nosed brats at the remedial center. I should have been a farmer.
You blew it, Paul. You had the greatest discovery in history, and you couldn't get any funding for it? Nice.
Hey, is it my fault they couldn't see past their government salaries and bloated pensions? They didn't want to risk it, okay? And do you know what the director had the nerve to tell me? He said, "You've got your funding." We got the funding! They loved it! They couldn't believe it when I told them about the processing that was going on. I thought the director's dentures were going to fall out or something.
Oh, thank you. I didn't want to go back to those smelly kids.
Don't worry, Jess. I'll forget what you said about me. I'm sure it was just a momentary lapse.
Okay, so maybe you're a little more competent than I gave you credit for. Hey, why am I feeling bad? What's the big idea scaring us like that?
You two have been working so hard lately, I figured you just needed a little icebreaker. Got your mind off your work for a second, didn't it?
Yeah, I thought I was out of work. Next time just bring us cookies or something, okay?
Nah, this was way more fun. For me, anyway.
So we got all the funding we asked for?
Yeah, you should have seen how quickly the director wanted to take credit for our discovery. I don't think funding is going to be an issue at all. But we do need to make an updated protocol on our progress. They want it available for download by Monday. They want as many people watching it as possible. It will get everyone excited about our work, which of course will make the funding roll in easier.
Okay, let's get to it. Do you know what you're gonna say?
I was just going to talk about the data location and the activity.
You should give a little background. Remember, this is being downloaded for school as well. Some of the kids might not know the history.
Oh, right. That's a good idea. Okay, ready to go?
Yep, all set. Start whenever you want.
Hello, my name is Paul Tasser. I work with a research team that has been addressing the fundamental problem that people have faced throughout history: death. We're on the verge of the biggest breakthrough in human development since Stan Devlin first synthesized silicon with human DNA. For those who are unfamiliar with the quantum leap in human evolution ushered in through Dr. Devlin's work, there was a time when human beings were fully carbon-based, simple cells, tissues, and neurons. Their capacity to engage and fulfill their intellectual, physical, and emotional desires were limited by unevolved carbon biology and with a restricted mind. They could not achieve the full sensory experience of their desires. This lack of fulfillment caused guilt, frustration, low self-esteem, humility, and in some cases, self-imposed self-denial. People actually denied themselves, of their own choice, the opportunity to experience the fullness of their human desires. This seems almost like a subhuman existence to us now, and indeed, which one of us would want to live a life like that? Then came the breakthrough. Dr. Stan Lee Devlin, a brilliant research scientist and advocate of human fulfillment, invented a way not only to tap into those deep desires and enhance them, but to eliminate the sensory blockers that caused guilt, restraint, and self-denial. Dr. Devlin synthesized human DNA with silicon and created an evolved human race of both carbon and silicon. Our natural human desires were now supercharged. We could experience what we desired without biological or emotional hindrances. This synthesis of human DNA and silicon was first performed on a man named Adam Gartner. Father Adam risked everything for the sake of science and human achievement. His offspring, all of us, have this technology integrated into our systems from birth. These sensory integration nodes are as much a part of us as our arms or legs. Our healthy eye glow, and especially our radiant eye glow, is as much a sign of our fulfilled desires as a smile is of our happiness. We are not what people used to be. Our lives are better than the lives of those before Dr. Devlin and our father Adam. As humans evolved, work was done to tie us all together through the Universal Network. No one is quite sure how the Universal Network, or UNET as you might know it, came from. There are many scientists working to find out that particular answer. All we know is that it has been around for billions of years and likely evolved from that energy stored throughout our universe. A collective consciousness that ties everything together. Not only do our sensory integration nodes allow us to experience the full extent of our natural desires, but using the UNET, we can interact and share experiences with others. This is why you don't always have to verbally communicate or physically interact with people. This integration with the UNET allows us to link our thoughts and desires together with anyone, anywhere. Our sensory integration nodes are at the root of our desires, self-image, and interaction with others. But with all these incredible advancements in human evolution, the one sad constant is still death, the inescapable. The uploading of our data essence to the UNET for an eternal, lifeless storage. A backup of our entire existence, stored away forever, with no purpose. Or so we thought. 2 years ago, my team and I began work on the Eternal Consciousness Project. Our goal was to find and unlock this storage location and free the essences of all those who have fallen into the cold clutches of death. We wanted to find them and free them, and ourselves, make them available for download into new carbon silicon lifeforms, a new body for our old essence, an eternal consciousness, active existence both in thought, spirit, and body. This would be the ultimate level of human evolution. We would be eternal and immortal. This sounded like an impossible dream, but I'm here to tell you that we have found the data storage area on the UNET. We've found the essences of all those people who have died throughout history. We know where they are, and we are working to bring them back. Now, I know it sounds amazing. My team and I are incredibly excited. We're very close to making the final leap in human evolution. Our research continues, and we hope that our funding does as well. What could be more important than eternal consciousness? The EC project will change history and change humanity. Nothing will hold us back. As free as we are now to experience our deepest desires, we will be even more free when the specter of death is removed, and the fulfillment of our desires will no longer be limited by time. We will conquer time. We will conquer death. Our desires, our urges, our emotions will conquer all and live forever. We will reign supreme in the universe. We will be unlimited and eternal. Welcome to the next and final leap of human evolution. That's it. That's all I got.
Why didn't you mention the processing activity?
Well, I was going to, but I figure we can save that for the next big announcement. You know, just to make sure the next round of funding after this one comes in.
That's why he's the boss.
Too late to kiss up to me now, Jess.
Well, boss, I think I'm heading out. It's been a long week.
Uh-huh.
Paul, there's a four-headed cockroach wearing a clown suit about to jump on your head.
Sounds like a good idea.
Paul!
What?
I'm leaving. Bill's already gone. You should go home too. It's been a long week. Our funding came through. You don't need to prove to them that you're working hard. Go home and get some rest.
I will. I just can't figure this out.
What is it?
It's that activity we found in the data storage area. The processing is chaotic. It's not exactly random, but it's almost like it's destroying the data, but the data's still there. It's like a powerfully intense termination, like a garbage collection algorithm, but the data doesn't go away. It just gets terminated over and over again.
Weird.
Yeah, and there's all this ancillary energy. I think it's coming from the data. I'm trying to isolate it, but I can't quite get it.
Well, I'm sure it'll be there tomorrow. I'm going home. Don't stay here all night.
Yeah. The data shouldn't be there. The garbage collection algorithm's destroying it. Why is it still there? Man, look at those energy readings. They're off the chart. The algorithm's generating massive amounts of heat. How is this possible? Now what's up with all this ancillary energy? This makes no sense. Not only is the data not being destroyed, it's producing all this extra energy? Well, let's see if we can isolate this energy and see what it is. That looks like... impossible. It can't be. Pain receptors? No one can tolerate that. Those look like... sound waves. Let's redirect the output.
It's you. Hey, mister. Hey, mister, aren't you the guy from the new educational protocol? We just watched it at school this week. That's really cool stuff. Do you think we'll be living forever soon? Hey, Mom, it's him. It's the guy from the protocol. Do you think the sensory integration nose will feel even better once we're part of the eternal consciousness?
No.
It's him, Mom.
So. Okay, I heard you. Hi, I hope my son wasn't bothering you. He just gets excited.
It's okay.
So, you're him, the guy from the protocol? That's amazing stuff you're working on. But what are you doing here? Are you visiting someone?
No, I live here.
Oh, wow. A famous scientist living in the same building. We just moved in a couple of weeks ago. Funny we haven't seen you before.
I've been working a lot.
No, I understand. Your research is so important. It's hard to imagine the existence even more pleasurable than this one that goes on forever. It sounds like paradise.
Well, I'm not sure. We're still doing our research. We're not sure what we're going to find.
I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. And it only makes sense. We've come so far already as a species. And it was only a matter of time before we made that next big leap. We've already evolved beyond guilt, low self-esteem, humility. It's only natural that our goodness would go on forever and ever. It's kind of like a reward.
Reward?
Hey, Abby.
Hey, Titus, you get back here. I told you to clean your room before you go out with your friends. Now get up there and get that room cleaned.
No, I'm going out with my friends.
Oh, well, I'll just clean it later. Well, it was nice meeting you. I'm sure we'll see each other around the building. I hope you don't mind if I quiz you on your research now and then. I won't tell anyone. I just can't wait to hear more about our great reward. Well, take care.
Reward? Are we getting what we deserve?
Hey boss, it's almost quitting time. You're a little late.
I was working from home today.
When I told you to go home last night, I didn't mean go home and work. You need to rest.
I couldn't sleep. I found something else last night. With that garbage collection algorithm.
What's this?
Paul found something in the data storage area. Some sort of disturbance. It's destroying the data.
Great, so our big discovery is being destroyed. There goes the funding.
No, it's not being destroyed. That's the issue. There's all this energy, all this... It's like heat. The algorithm is attacking the data, but the data's not going away.
That would be a good thing, wouldn't it?
No. The data is generating ancillary energy, but it's chaotic, like disturbing and tormented.
Tormented?
Yeah. The energy looks like the signals that the pain receptors in our body produce.
Pain receptors?
Yeah.
Why would there be pain after people have been uploaded?
I don't know. But there's more.
More?
Yeah, there's more in the ancillary energy. Sound waves.
Sound waves?
Yeah.
Well, what does it sound like?
Screaming.
Screaming? The UNet is screaming.
It's coming from the data in the storage area, Bill. There's a strange frequency around the storage area. It's in other parts of the unit too, but it seems to be particularly concentrated around the storage area.
Frequency?
Yeah. It's been around a long time. It's nothing we haven't known about. We just always thought it was benign, but it must be more. The same frequency seems to be the cause of the problems in the data storage area.
What frequency is it?
It's the same frequency the nodes produce.
What?
Are you crazy? The nodes are why we're so great. How can they be causing a problem?
I don't know yet. I just saw the readings today. I'll send them to you both, and you can look at it. I need you to confirm my findings and help me figure out how this all ties together.
I'll take a look at it. I think these readings might be a result of your lack of sleep, more than anything else.
Jess, you look at it too. I'll double check what I'm seeing and make sure I didn't miss something.
I'll take a look.
Okay, I'm heading home. I'll send both of you the readings as soon as I get there.
Well, I'm sure the board will be pleased with these findings. You think they'll give us more credits?
Hey, Paul!
Oh, hi, April.
You look like a man on a mission.
Yeah, I have to upload something to my colleagues at work.
Ooh, something exciting, I'm sure. When you're done with that, do you want to come on over and join us for dinner?
Sure. Just give me half an hour or so.
Oh, that's fine. We're in apartment 66. We'll see you then. Titus, it's time to get ready for dinner. We're having company.
Not yet. I'll be there later.
Paul, thanks for coming over. Come in.
Thanks, April. I just live right across the hallway.
Is that right? I can't believe we didn't see each other when we moved in. We were making quite a racket. Have a seat. Everything's ready. So, did you get your upload done?
Yeah, I've discovered something. Something going on in the unit. Do you remember the data storage area I mentioned in the protocol?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, well, there seems to be a problem.
Problem? Oh no. I hope it isn't serious.
It might be. I'm not too sure yet. There are so many things. I'm having trouble tying them all together.
Well, I'm sure you'll get it worked out.
I hope so. I need to get it figured out before anyone else gets uploaded.
What?
Nothing. I'm just thinking out loud. Anyway, enough about me. What kind of work do you do?
I'm a teacher.
A teacher? Really? Wow, that's great. What got you interested in teaching?
I had such a great childhood, so fulfilling. I experienced so many things. I had Titus when I was young. His father lived down the street from our house. My parents made sure I had whatever I wanted. I went to so many places and did so many things. It was amazing. I always felt so good about myself. I knew when I got older I wanted to help other children experience the same joy I had. So now I spend all day helping kids feel good about themselves and what they want. I'm proud to say that my students have had the highest self-image scores in the school for the past 4 years.
Wow, that's great, April.
I get to spend all day helping people achieve whatever they want and be whoever they want to be.
And what do you want to be?
Famous. I'm gonna go plug in.
Sit down and have something to eat first and keep our guest company.
I'm going to go plug in. My friends and I are going to watch that movie. I'll talk to you later, Paul.
See, now that's a happy boy. I'm sure he's going to have such a great life. And you, Paul, you can make it last forever with your research.
Yeah, but what if... What if there's a problem with all this?
All what?
All this. All the stuff we do. The stuff we do with the nodes.
The nodes? The nodes make us who we are. They're why we're so evolved. They give us everything we want in life. Could you imagine what life would be like without them?
But what if there are consequences?
Consequences? You mean like happiness, self-fulfillment, pride, pleasure?
What if these things aren't as good as we think they are?
I don't know what to say. Honestly, I'm surprised to hear you say this. I mean, you're a research scientist. If anyone should appreciate the level we're evolved to, I would think it would be someone like you.
I think I need to go now. Sorry, April. I'm just tired. I've been working a lot and, yeah, I'm just tired.
So I looked through the readings you sent us. I couldn't find anything.
Did you look at the readings around the data storage area?
Yeah, there's something there, but that's probably the eternal consciousness we're looking for. Paul, be happy, man. All you found is what we're looking for.
What about you? Did you look at the readings?
Yeah, there's something there. I see the ancillary energy, but I can't tell what it is.
Did you see the receptors and the audio waves?
Not yet. I'm going to look at that.
We shouldn't be wasting our time on this. We need to isolate and activate the EC. That's what this project is about. If we do that, nothing else matters.
What about the frequency, Bill?
What about it? Paul, do you understand what you're talking about? How can there be a problem with the nodes? And even if there was, what would you suggest people do? Cut out their hands or pluck out their eyes? Come on, man.
Bill, if there is a problem, we need to do something.
Yeah, we need to find the EC and activate it. That's what we need to do. Paul, you're missing a golden opportunity. Go to the director and tell him we're close to a major breakthrough. We just need more credits to buy extra processing time on one of the UNet domains. Come on, Paul. You gotta know how to cash in on an opportunity.
Jess, set up a meeting with the director. Tell him it's urgent.
I'm on it.
Not now!
May I come in?
Huh?
May I come in?
What's wrong with your eyes?
If you let me in, I'll tell you. May I sit down?
Yeah. Please, sit down.
So you found the problem with the nodes.
Problem with the nodes. How did you find out about that?
I have bad news for you, friend. You're not the first person to find a problem with the nodes.
I'm not even sure it is with the nodes. There's a frequency disturbance around the data storage area. The processing activity seems to be the result of this frequency. It just happens to be the same frequency as the nodes.
Paul, you know it's the nodes. You've had a feeling about this for a while now, haven't you?
What are you talking about? I just found this disturbance the other night.
Come on, Paul. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay, fine. I've been wondering about it.
Wondering?
Yeah, wondering.
You've been doing more than wondering. You know there's a problem with the nodes, Paul. You've been feeling guilty.
Guilty? I do not feel guilty. I am evolved.
That's a pretty strong reaction for someone who isn't guilty.
Who are you?
My name is John. I used to be a man like you, with the same desires, emotions, pride. But then I started worrying about the nodes too. When I do things, the normal things that everyone does, I'd get this strange feeling, like something was out of sync.
What is it?
It's these things people do. These things we do naturally. They're wrong, Paul.
Wrong? Hey, I've never killed anyone's body or self-image. I'm not a murderer. How can you say I'm wrong?
How about pride, Paul? How about anger? How about lust? How about all those lies, Paul? How about all those thoughts? How about all the things you see and hear and say?
Are you even evolved? Where'd you come up with this stuff? Who are you to say these things are wrong? You're like a caveman.
He says they're wrong.
He? Who's he?
The one, Paul. You know who I'm talking about.
The one? What one? What on earth are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. The self-existing one. You can feel him. You can see him all around. In the skies, in the oceans, in the trees, everywhere. Where did the UNet come from, Paul?
People are trying to figure that out.
You know, Paul. He put it inside you to know. That's why you know he's there, even when you don't want him to be. Because as far as you're concerned, the worst thing he did to you is let you know that all these things are wrong, and all the silicon in the world can't make you ignore that.
What's going on in the data storage area? What's with all the processing and the receptors and the sounds?
It's a hyper-energized latency location. It's a time trap. Time ceases to exist there. It just exists forever and ever.
It's hyper-energized.
Yes. You've seen the processing activity, the concentration of the frequency, all the other readings. It's a correction algorithm. It's correcting the frequency problem caused by the nodes.
But you said it's a time trap. If time ceases to exist there, then the algorithm will run... forever?
That's right, Paul. It never ends. The frequency caused by the nodes is serious. It violates the system that the One created. It violates his nature. It's evil.
But what's evil?
What's the opposite of light?
Darkness?
That's what the darkness of the nodes is compared to the goodness of the light. His nature is love, compassion, humility, purity, gentleness, goodness.
Goodness? I saw the readings on those pain receptors. I heard those sounds. That's goodness.
Is it not good to punish evil? If he didn't punish evil, he wouldn't be good. He would be evil for leaving evil unpunished.
So, because this one decides something is evil, it's evil.
Come on, Paul. You know these things are evil. You don't like it when someone does these things to you. You just don't want to be held accountable when you do them to someone else. And even if there was no one else involved, you violated the law that was put inside you.
Inside me? What are you talking about?
He put it inside you, Paul. You know right from wrong. You try to override what you know, but that's just the nodes talking. You're convinced that you can't live without them, that your life wouldn't be worth living without them, so you just tell yourself not to listen to that thing inside you that tells you they're dangerous and wrong.
So great. All I have to look forward to is a life of storing up this evil frequency and then a timeless eternity of torment? I might as well just go out and live it up while I can.
Do you really want that, Paul? Like you said, you saw the readings from the data storage area. Tell me what you're going to do in this life that's worth going through that.
But then what am I gonna do?
There's a reboot.
Reboot?
Yes. There's a program. It's called Joshua. It fixes the problem. But not everyone can download it.
Why not?
Because they don't want to.
What? Why wouldn't they want to?
Well, first of all, they don't believe there's a problem with the nodes. They love everything that the nodes provide. People feel they're an indispensable part of who they are. Did you tell anyone about the frequency problem?
Yeah, the people on my team.
And how did they react?
One wasn't convinced yet, and one was outright hostile to the idea.
Like I said. Then there's the second issue. The Joshua program disables the nodes.
It disables the nodes?
Yes, Paul. It disables the nodes. People who download the program don't want the nodes.
But how can they...
How can they live without them? Well, most people think they can't. That's the problem.
Is that what happened to your eyes?
That's right. The glow stops were changed. We don't look like other people. We don't act like other people. Some call us devolves.
Devolves?
Yes, they say we're devolving. We're moving backwards, away from our ultimate fulfillment and happiness.
Where do you find this Joshua program?
There's a codec out on the Unet. It talks about the Joshua program, why it's needed, how it works, how to download it.
How do I find it?
Just look.
Paul, good to see you. I'm sorry, I'm not going to have long to talk. I'm afraid I'm double booked. But I wanted to hear about your progress. How's our research coming along?
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. We found some things. Unexpected things.
Nothing bad, I hope.
We're not sure yet, but we need more processing time on one of the Unet domains. We're looking at a lot more data than we expected. The activity in the data storage area is enormous.
Oh. The eternal consciousness, right?
Well, one of our team members thinks so, but we need to process the data to be sure. I just want to make sure there aren't any problems. We're getting some strange readings. There could be a disturbance.
A disturbance? Now see here, Paul. I've already told people that we're on the brink of a monumental discovery. We put out that protocol. Expectations are sky high. No one wants to hear about a disturbance.
That's why we need more processing time. We want to make sure everything's okay.
And by processing time, you mean credits.
Well, we do have to pay for the time.
Yes, I understand. You'll get your processing time, thanks to me. The people with the credits are as excited as I've ever seen them. They'll pay whatever we need, provided that we give them the breakthrough everyone is expecting.
I can tell you, no matter what, no one can imagine the impact this discovery will have.
That's what I like to hear. Now get back to work.
Who are the devolves?
From whom did you hear that term?
Are they real?
I'm guessing you already know the answer to that question. Not everyone in society is an asset. Some people want to destroy everything our society builds up. They want to tear down all that we've created. They judge, they hate, they insist on telling everyone how they should live. And just because they choose to deny themselves, they think that everyone else should give up their natural desires, ambitions, personal fulfillment. They not only wallow in their own misery, but they insist that everyone else lead unfulfilled lives as well. They are removed from society so that they do not spread like a virus and infect the whole system. You kill a disease so that the rest of the body can live. I suggest you get back to your research. Leave society's problems to me. If you discover what you claim to be looking for, humankind can make a giant leap forward and leave the devolves behind in the slime. Which is where they seem to want to be anyway.
Oh, Paul, I'm so glad you're here. Could you do me a favor? Could you watch Titus for just a bit? I just got a call from my school. I need to run over there really quick. I'll be less than a half an hour. Can you watch him for me, please?
Sure.
Oh, thank you, Paul. I'll be right back.
I'll be, here. Titus? It's Paul. Your mom asked me to watch you for a bit. She had to run to her school. Titus, what are you doing? Titus? Titus? Hey, Titus.
What?
What are you doing?
Blasting the heads off people.
What?
It's a game. I'm playing a game with my friends. Or trying to.
Hey, I heard those thoughts. Don't use that kind of language.
What do you mean, that kind of language? I use that language all the time. Everybody does.
Well, maybe you need to stop.
Why?
Well, I don't think they're good. Those words are usually crude or angry, like that one you just used on me. I think we should probably watch the words in our heads and the words that come out of our mouths.
Not good? What do you mean, not good?
Well, I'm not sure. It just seems not good. Anyway, who are you playing with?
Abby. She's hot.
Hey! Stop thinking those things!
Why? Those things are good. Everybody knows that. Didn't your parents and your teachers ever tell you that?
Yes, they did. But they were wrong. Those kinds of things are wrong. You get married and then you can do those things with your wife.
Married? Are you crazy? You don't have to be married to do those things. And what if I decide to marry a guy?
Wrong!
What do you mean, wrong? I didn't kill anyone or judge anyone. You're the one judging me. You're violating my self-esteem rights.
Titus, there's a problem with the nodes.
A problem with the nodes? How can there be a problem with the nodes?
That's what I've been working on, Titus. I found something on the UNet. It's bad. And it has to do with the nodes. There's something wrong with them.
Can you fix them?
It's not that they're broken, Titus. It's that they're wrong.
Whoa, what was that?
When you think these things, or do these things, do you ever feel bad?
I'm back. Phew, false alarm. Sorry to leave in such a panic. They made it sound like a big crisis. Everything okay here?
Yeah, except Paul's acting weird.
Just some things going on with my research. There's a problem on the unit.
Oh, nothing serious, I hope.
I think it's with the nodes. I think we're in trouble.
Hey, look who's in early for a change.
I've been here all night. I found something.
The EC? Oh yeah, we're gonna be famous.
It's a codec.
A codec?
The EC's a codec?
I didn't find the EC, Bill. I found a codec that talks about a program.
Program? What program?
Well, it says the program fixes the frequency disturbance and it disables the nodes.
What? What kind of twisted hacker would write a program like that?
It fixes the problem, Bill.
Some fix. What would be the point? You can't live without the nodes, so how does that fix anything?
Maybe you can live without the nodes.
Why would anyone want to live without the nodes? Can you imagine how miserable life would be without the nodes? You might as well live in a cave and eat dirt. We should expand our research and hunt down this program and destroy it before anyone runs it.
I think people may have already run it.
Well, I pity anyone that has an existence like that, and I hope I never run into one. Who knows what someone like that might do?
So you're telling me you'd rather be stuck in that data storage area being tormented than have your nodes disabled?
Well, first, yes I would. I love my nodes. Dr. Devlin made this previously miserable existence completely euphoric. I can't imagine my life without these things, and I wouldn't even want to. Second, I haven't found this problem you're talking about. I've looked at the readings, I've checked the frequencies, it's just energy. You're panicking over background noise, Paul. Come on, let's get back to the EC. That's what we need to be looking for. That's something people want. What they don't want is their nodes disabled.
Yeah, Bill, it isn't that the problem isn't there, it's just that people don't want to find it. Jess, I'm going to send you the codec. Take a look at it. And don't be afraid to find something. It's wrong. All of it, it's just wrong. It's evil.
I gotta go.
Nah, let's go plug in.
Maybe later. I gotta go.
Hey, Paul. How are you feeling today, Paul? Better?
Remember when I asked you if doing these things makes you feel bad?
Yeah?
You didn't get a chance to answer. They make me feel bad.
Well, that's guilt. My mom says guilt is terrible. It ruins our self-esteem. It makes us deny ourselves all sorts of good stuff.
What if the guilt is a warning? What if there's a problem with those things? Titus, I'm finding some really bad stuff on the UNet. Remember, from the protocol, where I talked about the data storage area, where all the people are?
Yeah?
They're in trouble, Titus. Really bad trouble. And I think it's tied to the nodes.
Titus, come on in now.
I gotta go now.
Hi, Paul. I wanted to ask how your research was going. Did you find a solution to that problem? I have to admit, I've been a little nervous ever since you mentioned it. Are our nodes okay?
No, April, they're not. I think they might have to be disabled.
Disabled? What do you mean? Can they even do that? How would we live?
I think there are bad consequences for the things we do.
Consequences? What things?
The things we do with the nodes. The sensations, the things we feel and think and do. Everything.
I don't understand. The nodes are what makes us who we are. They're wonderful. They fulfill our every desire. We get so much pleasure from them. Look how special we are. If we didn't have these nodes, we'd be animals. We're so evolved. Why should we even be thinking about bad consequences? We should never feel bad.
I think we may have it all wrong, April. I think maybe we've been fooling ourselves. Blind to ourselves.
Paul, don't talk like that. I can't believe what I'm hearing. You're a scientist. How can you think this way?
What if none of us are as wise as we think? What if it turns out we're all just fools?
Did you find the codec?
Yeah.
And what did you learn about the Joshua program?
It seems to act like a noise-canceling circuit. Like it disrupts the frequency.
That's right. There's no consequences for the nodes. It's like they were never there. The frequency's gone.
But how does that work? I can't figure it out.
All that activity around the data storage area, the processing, the receptors, all that, the Joshua program absorbs it all. There's no need for a correction algorithm.
Wait, I saw those readings, the energy levels. No program could handle all that. All that activity, those receptors, from every person who's ever lived, impossible.
Not for him.
Him?
The One. He's the only one that could absorb all that energy.
Wait, the Joshua program is the One?
It's the incarnation of the One. It's the form of the energy of the One. And it cancels out the frequency, and it saves us from that place.
But I don't know how to find it.
The issue isn't knowing how. The issue is wanting to. Do you admit that these things that you do are wrong? All the things that the One says are wrong? Do you understand the seriousness of the problem? Do you really want the nodes gone? And do you believe the Joshua program works?
These things are wrong. I can feel it. All of them.
The One gave you a conscience.
I've seen how serious the problem is.
You knew that before you started your research.
I don't know how I can stop desiring the nodes.
Do you want to stop desiring?
Yes.
The One will stop the desires. Do you want to believe?
Yes. But I don't know how.
Just ask, Paul. Just ask.
Good morning, Paul. It's 7 o'clock. Time to start your day. Good morning, Paul. It's 7 o'clock. Time to start your day.
Oh man, what's wrong with your eyes?
I found the Joshua program.
Oh no, you didn't run it, did you?
Yup, I'm safe. I'm never gonna have to worry about all that torment in the data storage area. I'm never gonna have to worry about the data storage area at all. I'm not going there. I don't need a correction algorithm. The Joshua program took care of all of that. I'm gonna be with the one forever.
The one?
The self-existing one. He's the one that created the unit. He created everything. He's the one behind the Joshua program. It's all in the codec.
You've gone mad. Are you even listening to yourself? And what's wrong with your eyes?
My nodes are off. They've been disabled.
Disabled? But you're still alive.
Not only alive, but free. I'm free from the desires of the nodes. It's all true. I don't want those things. They're all evil, and I don't want anything to do with them anymore.
The only thing that's evil is intolerance and judging people. So this is what you turn into without the nodes, huh? Judgmental, calling things evil. I suppose you're going to tell me that I'm going to be tormented in the data storage area if my nodes aren't turned off.
Yes, Bill, you will. There's justice. The one has to punish evil because he is good. I'm afraid as long as you insist on holding on to those nodes, your fate is sealed.
You see? This is why the Joshua program needs to be destroyed. Can you believe the things we're hearing? This is self-esteem murder. You're attacking us, trying to take away our pleasure and our self-worth. I'm not going to stand here and be assaulted.
Did you read the codec?
Yeah, I took a look at it. It's confusing, though.
It's about the one and the Joshua program. Jess, these things people do, they're wrong. Can't you feel that? Haven't you ever felt that?
Kinda, yeah. But isn't guilt wrong?
Not if we're guilty. It's a warning, Jess. It's a warning that we're in trouble. The one is loving enough to give us those warnings. Come on, Jess. Look how hard people try to get rid of that guilt, that concern. They just don't want it to ruin their fun. But Jess, if there is danger, then we'd be crazy to ignore those warnings.
It's hard to unlearn all the stuff you've been taught your whole life.
Right. Don't you see how evil it all is? From the time we're born, we're told to do what makes us happy. That you can only live once, so you might as well enjoy and experience everything you can. But Jess, we don't just live once. We live forever. The only question is, where? You have to ask yourself, if this torment, after you're uploaded, is real, and the nodes are the cause of it, then why is everything in our society focused on us indulging in all the sensations the nodes provide? It's almost like they're meant to destroy us. Maybe Devlin wasn't trying to help, and maybe Adam chose not to resist all that the nodes had to offer. What if our society has it all wrong, Jess? What if we're all being suckered into believing the nodes are good for us, when actually, they're the cause of our destruction? I have to go, Jess, but please, think about it.
Praise Joshua.
You were right. It's incredible. I'm saved from all that horrible torment. I'm free from the slavery of the nodes, and I'm going to be with him forever.
He is kind and loving. He spared you. Now there's some things you need to do.
What?
First, keep reading the codec. The one will show you more and more as you read it again and again. There's a lot in there. That's the main way he communicates with us. Second, you need to tell others about the Joshua program. There are people dying every day, and we don't want them to get uploaded to that place.
Right. I need to warn people.
Remember to use the energy from the One. He's inside you now all the time. He'll give you the wisdom and the courage to do this.
He's inside me?
Yes. That's why those desires are gone. You've got his energy inside of you now.
Amazing.
He does wondrous things for us.
You calmed down yet?
No. But unlike our fearless leader, I actually care about this project and want to get some work done. I see he's gone again.
Yeah, he took off.
Great. It's probably better anyway. He's just a distraction.
But shouldn't we at least investigate what he's talking about? I mean, we're researchers. Shouldn't we at least look through the codec?
Oh no, not you two. Come on, Jesse, we need to find and activate the EC. We're wasting time with this. It's nuts anyways. We're going to give up all we've evolved to. We're going to give up all our pleasures? And for what? To avoid some torment that we're not even sure of?
Don't you feel it though, Bill? I mean, sometimes when you do these things...
No, I don't. I like the things I do. I love them. It's what I live for. And if we stop wasting time and focus on activating the EC, we'll all be able to enjoy them forever. No one will even dare mention disabling the nodes. We'll evolve forward, not backward.
I did find some of this ancillary energy around the data storage area, Bill. Paul could be right. There could be a problem.
Yeah, or it could be the EC. I think Paul has got you brainwashed, Jesse. Do you want your nodes disabled too? How could anyone live like that?
Well, Paul's still alive.
Yeah, and look what he's turned into. He wants everyone to stop enjoying their life, or else they'll be tormented forever? Do you really want to live in a world full of people like that?
Yeah, but what if these things are wrong?
Didn't your parents teach you that your guilt is wrong? That judging people is wrong?
How is it judging people to warn them if they're in danger?
Fine, Jesse. Go ahead and stop doing these things. If you're so worried about them being wrong, then stop. Let me know how that works out for you. See if you like your life without the nodes. While you're doing that, I'm going to get back to work. Someone on this team has to care about what we're doing.
Whoa! What's up with your eyes?
My nodes are off, Titus. They're disabled.
Disabled? I didn't even know they could be disabled.
Neither did I, but they can, and they need to be. Do you remember when I told you that the people in the data storage area were in trouble?
Yeah.
Well, they are. Big trouble. And it's because of the nodes. These things we do, they're wrong, Titus. That's why we feel guilty. Now we've done a great job of teaching ourselves to ignore that guilt, but all that does is turn off the alarm. It doesn't put out the fire.
What kind of trouble are those people in?
They're in pain, Titus. The worst kind of pain you can imagine. And they're going to be in that pain forever. There's no way to escape the data storage area once you're there. It's a hyper-energized latency location. That's a fancy way of saying time trap. They're stuck there forever.
Why?
Because of all the wrong things they did their whole lives. We can't do bad things and think there won't be any punishment. We're just fooling ourselves if we think that.
But my mom says feeling guilty is wrong. She said it's bad to deny yourselves the things that you want.
I know. I was taught the same thing. But Titus, if they're good, then why would we have to teach ourselves not to feel bad when we do them?
I have to go.
There you are. Where have you been? It's been almost a week. Come on, man, we need your help.
Sorry, Bill. I've had other things to do.
Other things? What could be more important than this project?
Bill, there are bigger things going on than this project.
Do I have to remind you that our funding is tied to this project? We don't get paid for anything else.
You could die tomorrow, and then it wouldn't matter whether you get paid or not. Jess, have you been studying the codec?
Yeah, I have.
What? Don't tell me you're going off the deep end too.
So, does it make sense?
Yeah, it kinda does. I understand the problem in the data storage area.
Great. I'm totally alone on this project.
Yeah, that's right, Jess, you got it. Do you understand about the Joshua program?
Yeah, I think so. It's about love.
Yes, and about escaping punishment for the things we've done wrong.
Oh no, not this again. Hey, Paul, don't start with this self-esteem attacks. I'm not going to put up with this kind of abuse anymore.
Abuse? I'm trying to warn people, Bill. That's what I've been doing for the past few days.
What? You've been out attacking people's pleasure? Great. I'm working with a serial abuser. You need remedial training, man. You're way over the edge now.
I don't want to see these people tormented, Bill.
You're the one tormenting them. You're scaring them into denying their desires. You're attacking their self-worth. You're just full of hate. Get your nodes reactivated so you can enjoy life again and leave the rest of us alone.
I'll never get these things reactivated. I hate these evil desires.
No, the only thing you hate are the people you assault with this Joshua garbage.
It's not garbage. It's the only thing that can save them. Save you, Bill.
The only thing I need to be saved from are hateful, judgmental, intolerant psychos like you. Old habits are hard to break, eh, boss?
I don't understand. I just don't understand. Why? Please, help me. I thought these impulses would stop.
You don't have them as often, do you?
Well, no.
That's because you don't want them anymore. That's one of the results of the Joshua program. You've got the spirit of the one in you now, and that's what drives you, not your impulses and desires. But you still have the nodes in you. They're just deactivated. If you don't watch yourself, then they can reactivate temporarily, and the impulses come back.
But I don't want them to come back.
And that's the difference. Before you wanted those desires, you wanted them all the time. You chased after them and indulged in them whenever you wanted. You suppressed the guilt, just like you'd been taught from childhood. But now, those nodes are a virus to you. They're foreign to who you are now. That's how you know the Joshua program worked. You're not who you used to be, Paul. You're a whole new creation.
But I want to be free from these things forever. How do I get rid of them?
You'll be free from them once you're uploaded. The one will remove them permanently.
But I want them gone now.
It's not time yet. This is a time of testing, of strengthening. You need to rely on the one and his strength, not your own. These things can only be overcome by the one. You have to trust him, Paul. That's what he's trying to teach you. Don't worry, Paul. This will be over soon enough, and you won't even remember these things. In the meantime, you have other work to do. You have to keep telling people about the Joshua program. There's a lot of people in danger.
Paul?
Looks like it's time for me to go. Remember, Paul, his strength, not yours.
What have you been telling Titus? He's feeling guilty about the things he enjoys. What's wrong with your eyes?
My nodes have been deactivated, April. They're the cause of the problem on the unit. The desires they cause, they're evil. You need to get yours deactivated too. And Titus. I can show you how.
Is this the judgmental garbage you've been feeding my son? No wonder he's feeling bad. He doesn't seem to enjoy any of the things he used to. You've made him miserable. Is this what you do for fun? Make little kids feel bad about their desires?
Well, not just little kids. I warn everyone. You too, April. I don't want you to be in torment forever and ever.
I've never heard this kind of hate speech before. This is incredible. I'm not going to put up with this. Stay away from me, Paul, and stay away from Titus. If I see you with him again, I'm going to turn you in for esteem assault.
Where's Bill?
He'll probably be in later. I have some good news.
Oh yeah? What's that?
I downloaded the Joshua program.
What? That's terrific! Oh, Jet, praise Joshua! How do you feel?
I feel great. No more worries about the data storage area. I feel so carefree. What a relief.
So, your nodes are deactivated?
Yep, no worries about torment for me. I feel great. I feel like I have my whole life ahead of me now. Nothing to worry about anymore. Now I can focus on accomplishing all the things I've ever wanted to do. Thank you, Paul, for telling me about Joshua.
Not hanging out with your friends?
No.
Is there something wrong?
I just don't like what they're doing.
That's good, Titus. Are you starting to understand?
Yeah, I don't like these things anymore. They make me feel bad.
Oh, praise Joshua. Yes, Titus, you're right, they are bad. You do understand.
My mom says I have to go to a remedial protocol. She says I have to get rid of these guilty feelings.
What? No, Titus, they're not wrong. They're a warning. But there's a different way to get rid of the guilt. There's a way to not want to do these things anymore and not have to worry about the terrible consequences after you're uploaded.
How?
There's a program, the Joshua program. It takes care of all of these things, Titus. It frees us from these desires. It takes away the horrible consequences for the things we've done. It saves us, Titus. It saves us from everything.
Titus, get in here. I told you not to talk to him anymore. Get in here.
I gotta go.
Be strong, Titus. You're doing the right thing. Don't listen to what they tell you. It's poison, Titus. You know this. You can feel it. I know you can. Oh, please, help him. Please protect him.
We need to finish this work. The whole world is counting on us to do this.
The world will want this too, Bill. A carefree life. It's the best of both worlds. Joy and happiness, along with no fear of torment.
You're nuts, Jesse. You've bought into Paul's ignorant ramblings. I thought you were stronger than that, Jesse.
I am strong, Bill. I'm also open-minded.
Then open your mind to what we're doing here. Eternal consciousness, Jesse. All our pleasures, all our desires, forever and ever. Why would we waste time looking for anything else?
People could be in danger, but they don't have to be. We can have both.
No, all we get with this unevolved thinking is judgment and guilt. And hate. Is that what you want, Jesse? Hate? You're hateful, Jesse. Hateful!
I hate you!
Okay, calm down.
I know you do.
And hey, knock it off. Both of you.
I'm leaving this freak show.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I was just trying to make him understand.
People won't give up the nodes easily.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Jess, your eyes. They were radiant. I thought you said your nodes were deactivated.
Yeah, I guess I just lost control. I'll have to work on that.
Yeah, it can be a struggle. Sometimes we fall back into bad habits.
Yeah.
I appreciate your concern for the EC project, Bill. This is important research.
I feel the same way, sir. I wish Paul shared our enthusiasm. Ever since his eyes changed, he hasn't seemed to care about this project.
His eyes changed?
Yes, he said that his nodes have been deactivated. I can't even imagine why anyone would abuse themselves like that, but I think it's affected his mind.
Yes, there's good reason for concern. I've seen this phenomenon before. Is he acting judgmental? Telling people their desires are wrong?
Yes, sir, that's exactly what he's doing.
I was afraid of this. I'm afraid he's turned into a devolve.
A devolve, sir?
He's de-evolving, Bill. Instead of moving forward, he's moving backward. Maybe he saw the progress this project was making that humankind was about to reach its final evolutionary step. And it was just too much for him. People with weak minds are afraid of change. They prefer to stay with what's old and comfortable.
Yes, sir. That makes sense. Only the strong survive.
That's right, Bill. And if we're going to make this final leap, we need the strong to lead us. That's why I want you to take over the EC project. Take it, Bill. Run with it. Bring us home to our ultimate fulfillment. I know you can do it, Bill. Let nothing stand in your way.
Yes, sir. It'll be my pleasure. I won't let you down.
I know you won't, Bill. This will be a monumental achievement for all humankind. And for you, Bill. You'll go down in history right next to Stan Devlin himself.
Now, you remember where to find the codec on the unit, right?
Yeah, I remember. Thanks for telling me this. I always kinda knew there was a problem, but no one ever explained this stuff to me before.
Just read the codec. It'll explain everything. I have to run, my friend.
I thought I told you to stay away from me and Titus.
I heard you're setting Titus to a remedial protocol.
Oh yes, to undo all the damage you've caused.
No, April. He can feel it. He can feel that the nodes are wrong.
No, you put all that hatred in his head. Now I have to clean up the mess. Do you know how many credits this is going to cost me?
Don't do this to him, April. He's understanding. The Joshua program can save him. And you, April.
Joshua program? What are you talking about now? Listen, I want you to stay away from my son. If I catch you talking to him again, I'm going to call the authorities. There's no room in an evolved society for intolerant hate mongers like you. Now get out of my way.
We can do that when we're alone, Mike. When we're alone.
Jess?
Paul!
Jess, what are you doing? Your eyes, they're radiant.
Just having some fun with my friends.
But remember what we talked about earlier? These things are dangerous.
Hey, wasn't it you who said we'd struggle with these things?
Yes, but if our nodes have been deactivated, we're not going to chase after these things. You're not struggling if you're chasing after them.
Well, come on, Paul. Not all of these things are bad.
What are you talking about? Look at what the codec says. It says they're all bad.
Well, some of that stuff is kinda outdated. And besides, the codec could have been corrupted. It's been out on the Unet a long time. It could have been changed.
Jess, did you really download the Joshua program?
Look, I read the codec. I understand the danger. I accepted the program, so now I'm safe. It doesn't mean I have to stop having a life. The One wants us to be happy and enjoy ourselves.
Not by doing the things he hates.
Well, the One I know doesn't hate. He loves us and wants us to be happy and fulfilled.
He hates evil, Jess. It doesn't sound like your nodes have been deactivated at all.
Hey, if you want your nodes deactivated, go ahead. But not everyone needs to do that. Just because you think something's wrong doesn't mean it's wrong for everyone.
Well, I didn't write the codec. I'm not the one who says these things are wrong. The One says they're wrong. That's why he gave us the Joshua program. Why would he want to do that if he was okay with us doing these things?
Hey, I accepted the program. I'm out of danger. Now I can enjoy my life.
No, Jess, I think you downloaded the wrong program. Maybe it's a virus. It must have been masquerading as the Joshua program. It's making things worse, Jess. You need to get that program out of your system.
I'm fine, Paul. Just back off. I've got the program. You don't need to try to guilt me into anything else. Man, Paul, maybe Bill was right. Maybe you have gone over the edge.
Good morning. I can't seem to log in.
That's because there's no access for devolves. It's over for you, Paul. The EC project has been put under my control. You're done.
This is my project. I started this research.
And then you abandoned it for all this hateful intolerance.
No, Bill. I found the real problem and the real solution.
You devolved, Paul. You've regressed. You're an enemy of society. You have to be stopped and isolated before you cause any more damage.
Isolated?
You're being removed, Paul. Quarantined.
You polluted my mind with all your hate, Paul. You tried to take my desires and pleasures away. I'm one of your victims, too. It's safer for everyone if you're put away somewhere.
Your presence is no longer required here, Mr. Tasser. You need to leave the premises. Now.
Paul! Paul! You gotta get out of here!
John, what's wrong?
They're coming for you! You've been deemed an enemy of society, a public danger. You need to leave! Quick!
But where can I go?
There's a place where we stay. Other devolves. We have a camp in the wilderness. It's safe. You're going to need to come live with us now. Here are the coordinates. You need to leave. Now!
Oh, okay. Will you be at the camp?
Later. I have another stop to make. But there are others there. They'll welcome you.
How will they know who I am?
They'll see your nodes deactivated. That's how we know, Paul.
Oh, right.
Now go!
Titus. Titus!
Tell me about the Joshua program.
The one sent the Joshua program to save us. It takes all the punishment for everything we've ever done wrong in our lives. We're no longer guilty in the eyes of the One. That means there's no more need for punishment. Justice is served, and we're free. Free from our evil desires, free from punishment, and free to spend eternity with the One. Forever. That's how much he loves us, Titus. He did this himself. For us. And when we download the Joshua program, the One puts his spirit inside of us. We'll know it worked, because we won't want these evil things anymore. We'll run away from them. And if we do fall into these things, we won't trivialize it. We won't make excuses. We'll beg for forgiveness, and we'll ask the One to help us not fall anymore. Because that's what we'll want. He frees us from the prison of these evil things. We're not slaves to them anymore, Titus. We're free.
But I don't know where to find it.
Do you know these desires are wrong?
Yeah?
Can you live without the nodes?
I need to live without them.
Do you believe the Joshua program can save you?
Yes, but I don't know how to get it.
Just ask.
He's over here! I told you to stay away from my son.
Run, Paul! Run! Paul! Run! Paul! Run! Run, Paul! Run! Run!
And we long for the pure milk of the Codec, and we ask the One to help us understand His will.
Amen.
Hey, look, it's John!
Hey, you're right, it is John.
John!
Hey.
Yeah. Paul, you made it!
Ah, yes, John. The One was watching over me.
Over us all.
I was worried something happened to you.
No, as I said, I had another stop to make.